Okay. Let's see. Oops. Why isn't this playing? I'm not sure why my YouTube channel is not. Oh, there we go. All right, we're good. All right, we're good, guys. Sorry about that. Playing? There we go. I, I'm telling you guys, the big tech bros are coming after me. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Lori. Forgive me. I'm not sure what just happened, but I went live on Facebook, but it wasn't synced to the YouTube, so I had to end the last broadcast and just start it back up. But you guys are welcome to come back. Excuse me for one moment, please. Got to blow the piper. All right, cool. Yeah, as I was saying, thank you guys. Everyone, listen, hit the notification bell. I had a few people reach out to me and they said, "Hey, I'm not even getting any notifications when you go live." So I'm not sure what's going on the back end, but hey, look, I don't want to be conspiratorial, but who knows? They may be trying to shut your boy down. So be sure to hit that notification bell, hit the like button, of course, and make sure you are subscribed. I apologize for that. I'm not sure what happened. It sucks. But nonetheless, we're back. Um, for some of you guys who were here early and saw the earlier, first portion when I tried to go live. Hey, Lori. I was talking about the fact that I might have had COVID. Thankfully, it was a COVID scare, but I'm okay. It was just something else. I think it was just a minor flu. I think that's what I got. I don't know. It's just this incessant drainage on my nose. It's just constant. I don't know. It's just been leaking all day. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. So yeah, I work in a hospital, so try that out for size. Try to interact with patients when your freaking nose is leaking. But anyway, that's enough of my griping and complaining. Let's get to the matter at hand. So I was talking about the fact that we are in a pandemic right now. And what is that pandemic? The pandemic is the rise of the baby mama culture. The rise of the let me make sure I got my sound bites here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Man, there we go. Ah, that feels good. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Cassie. It might be sinuses. That's what my wife was telling me. And speaking of that, my wife, today's our anniversary, guys. So, we didn't get to do much, I worked all day, but we're gonna postpone it to the weekend. But yeah, anniversary, 3 years of marriage. Not bad. Marriage is great. I strongly recommend it. Actually, it goes to the subject matter of what we're discussing tonight, because again, we are in a serious, serious crisis. And that is why. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Well, thank you, God. Thank you, Cassie, as well. Why? Why is it that our women are choosing to have children outside of a marriage? We got to break this down, okay? And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give a disclaimer because I don't want women to, characterize this entire monologue as a bashing of women, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I am, like I said before, I'm an equal accountability partner. Okay, I hold accountability for both men and women, but tonight we are talking about women, and if this doesn't apply, let it fly. All right, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Monetary gain. got the wrong home training. Yeah, absolutely. Home trainings has a substantial part to do with this. Definitely plays an integral role. But I got some stats. I got some videos that we're going to look at just to kind of like substantiate and solidify the point, to really drill it home that we are in a crisis. And this baby mama culture that we're seeing on the rise, it is now being incentivized. Okay, guys, you got to understand something. If you're not familiar with the term gynocracy, you really want to familiarize yourself with that term. Okay, what is a gynocracy? A gynocracy is a society that's predominantly female led. Okay, let me say that again. A gynocracy is a society that is predominantly female led. Okay, now, Neil, how could you say that? We are still in a patriarchy. Oh, please. Oh, please. Okay, that's not the case. The patriarchy has been completely uh vitiated. All right, men are men today are, you know what, and there's even biological evidence to substantiate this, but the testosterone levels of men today are 30% lower than what they were of yesteryears. Okay, men are weaker today than ever before in history. Okay, we've got a lot of weak men. And when I say weak men, I'm just talking more so about men who really never had a masculine figure or father to help them navigate through adversity. Okay, because I think adversity is good for men. All right, men are supposed to suffer. That's what we're supposed to do. Adversity builds character for men. Now, arguably, you know, I wouldn't say our adversity is necessarily beneficial for women. Okay, and I'm going to explain that later on. But that's what I was going to do. So what is feminism telling our women today? Okay, what is feminism really telling our women? Well, I've delineated this before. Feminism is telling our women to get out there, pursue your education, you know, forego relationships forego relationships, postpone marriage, and be as sexually liberated as possible. You are unfettered by conventional constraints, meaning you don't have to worry about a baby because we have 26 forms of contraception. Okay, you don't have to worry about STDs necessarily. I mean, there are still some STDs that'll penetrate through any form of, some forms of contraception. And you don't really have to even concern yourself with a man. Okay? Basically, feminism is telling women today to completely ignore their biological imperatives. It is a very asinine, sophisticated ideology, okay? Because you have to understand something. As we all know this, okay? And I'm only speaking to we the thinking, all right? The 19 people or so on here that consider themselves the thinking. Women are more prone to be emotional. Men are more prone to be reasonable, logical, deductive problem solvers, okay? And the thing about that is, being that women are more emotional, they're more susceptible to, advertisements, hysteria, empathy. They can empathize with some of the, let's say, more unconventional thoughts, contemporary wisdom that goes against contemporary wisdom. Excuse me. So yeah, that, in a nutshell, feminism is telling women to get out there and be as wild and free as possible. And then when you're done living your best life, because that's the phrase, right? That's the phrase. Get out there and live your best life. I mean, it's, oh gosh, these buzzwords really just. Anyway, And then when you're done, you can just go on to the husband store, pick yourself out a husband, and everything's going to be hunky dory. Unfortunately, they don't really educate women about the downside of that. And I'm just going to give you guys a quick preview of what that looks like. Where we at? Do. Where are you? All right. Give me 1 second now. See, it's like every time a brother is trying to do something. All right, date, add it. Not the father. Downloads. What is this? No, that's not it. Is that it? Oh, that's not it. Huh. Wow. Well, that's fantastic. I just did an entire montage of all right, give me 1 second because it's on here somewhere. Let me do my thing. Bear with me, you all. You guys are so patient. And everyone who's on here, please don't forget to hit the like button. Share the video out, okay? Share the video out. You definitely got to share the video out. And subscribe. And do not forget to hit the notification bell because, like I said, I don't know what the flying hell is going on. But as I said before, people are telling me they're not getting the notification when I go live. All right? So make sure you are hitting that notification bell, so that way you'll be pinged whenever I'm going live. Okay. All right. So just give it a second. I guess I gotta download it again. This sucks. All right. Whatever. Okay. So in the meantime, guys, while I get this all configured here, all right, let me just see if it's in one more place. No, it's not. Is this it? No, that's not it. You know what? That really just bites. Okay, so it's not on here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to upload it again, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I still got a bunch of other things that will. Oh, okay. 1 hour ago. There we go. All right, guys, bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Kamala, what's happening? What's happening? Guys, please thoughts and prayers for me because I don't know what this bug that I have is, but it is kicking my butt. And normally I'm resilient. I'm really resilient when it comes to colds or any sort of illnesses, but I don't know. I guess this is just a startling reminder that your guy is getting old. It's okay. With age come wisdom. I still firmly believe that. I mean, sheesh. I don't know what happened to that adage. All right, here we go. Cool. All right. Screw you. Okay, so look, I'm going to pull up some stats and we are going to get into it. Let's pull up some stats. Blog. No. And remember what I said, guys. This is all being incentivized. Women are 80% of the consumer, represent 80% of the consumer spending, okay? All right? And they account for 60% of the debt. 60% of the debt. So the more they pander, with advertisement, with mollycoddling women into sort of reinforcing them for their bad decisions, having children out of wedlock. And we already know what the stats are. We don't need to go over that. Ideally, we know children should be raised and reared in a two-parent household for the child's development. It's just a better, more ideal situation, of course. I didn't get the privilege of having that, but I endorse that mode of parenting. Absolutely, 100%. Uh-oh. All right, there you go. Stop giving me a hard time, man. You little dirt devil, you. All right. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I need to see that like button go up. And if you are still on YouTube, I need you to go over to the TheRealUnwoke, and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, so Joni, now listen, I would be remiss to say that there are situations where you have no choice. I understand that. I'm just going to read what you said here, but I don't want you to feel as if I am somehow minimizing or blaming you for the situation where you found, you being in an abusive marriage. I'm not in no way, shape, or form saying that that's okay. I'm not. But you got to understand. You have to understand a lot, and this is no shot to you, but a lot of women they throw this term abusive, psychologically abusive, mentally abusive, verbally abusive. A lot of these women use that term loosely. Okay? You got to remember, men and women are biologically different. Okay? Men are physically superior. Okay? So what is a woman's recourse to a man that is physically superior? How typically do women show and exhibit their aggression? I'll tell you 3 ways. That's either through innuendo, manipulation, or reputation destruction. Okay? I'm going to say that again. A woman's form of aggression comes in 3 forms. That is either manipulation, innuendo, or reputation destruction. Okay? All right. I mean, i.e. the Me Too movement. I mean, like I'm not saying that there weren't women who had actually have been in very abusive situations. Yes, I'm not ignorant. I know that happens. It does happen. But as a general rule, that's not the case. Mom of 5 here. I raised these kids on my own after 11 years of an abusive marriage. I am old now, and one of my regrets is my lousy choices. Okay. I wish someone could have helped me know what to look for in a partner. As obvious, I had no idea. The destruction of the family, both nuclear and extended, has put us all in a bad spot. By the way, I am an indigenous person. Wow. See, Joni, you just hit the nail and the freaking hammer. Excuse me. You just hammer on the freaking nail. See, when I was once a child, I thought like a child. I acted as a child. But when I became an adult, I put my childish ways behind me. You just accepted accountability. As terrible of a situation you were enduring and suffering through, you still recognize today that you still hold some accountability. And that is incredible. And you know what? I got to give you a round of applause for that, because that is, wow. Oops. No. I didn't mean to slap you. Round of applause. This is for you, Joni. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. That's the problem. A lot of these women, a lot of these baby mothers, baby mamas, they'll have children out of wedlock with someone who's not the ideal candidate, okay? That wouldn't make a suitable partner for a long-term relationship. They'll have these children, and then, excuse me, and then when the relationship goes south or goes off the rails, they'll find themselves repeating the same process. They don't stop and take accountability for their choices and their decisions. Okay? That's what children do. Okay? They just keep on going and negating responsibility and then repeating the same mistakes. You have to pause, have some introspection, and reflect on your decisions, where you went wrong, and what you could have done differently, so that way you don't repeat that mistake. It's so important. But unfortunately, that's not the case for today. For today's topic, because like I said before, we have a baby mama pandemic. Women are choosing to have multiple children with low integrity men, and then blaming the man for doing what he was for doing what he originally was designed to do. Now, I'm not talking about men of character, okay? This is a different, we have to make a distinction here, okay? You have the low integrity men who are just gonna, ejaculate and evacuate, and then you have the men of integrity, of honor, and of character. These are the kind of guys that your father, your brothers, and any other male counterparts help you vet for. Okay? This is why it's extremely important for women to have some male figure in their life to help, to assist them in vetting for the man that they potentially will bear their child for or marry. Okay? I think it is a huge mistake that men have completely just been relegated to just either utility or tools or wallet. We're so much more than that. We are useful tools. We are the most useful tool that you as a woman could utilize to find a mate. I'm dead serious about this. Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on with this video, but you know what? It's not being nice to me. You dirty bandit. All right, whatever. So screw it. We'll just go into some biology here. All right. Guys, are you all familiar with pair bonding? Are you familiar with the idea of pair bonding? Okay. Now remember, feminism is telling women to be sexually liberated. Get out there, do as the men do. Have as much casual sex as possible, and don't think about the consequences. Now, that is a fallacy. Why is that another lie? Because our biology will not allow it. Well, for women in particular. Biology, women, that's one thing we can't run from. That's our biology. Okay? Pair bonding. If you are having casual sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, it is going to make it extremely difficult for you to pair bond with a man for a long-term relationship. Why is that? I'm going to play this video, but just to give you guys a synopsis, again, your biology as a woman, you have women release oxytocin, okay? I mean, we used to talk about these things sometime in high school, I'm sure. I mean, I think I learned about it a little earlier than that, but even I knew this. But women release a hormone, I believe it's a hormone or a chemical that is called oxytocin. Okay. And what that does, it allows for the woman to pair bond with that man. So every man that woman allows to enter into her, she releases this hormone, this chemical. Okay. Now, if you're having multiple sex partners, what is that going to do to you in the long run? What do you think? What detrimental effect do you think that will have on your body? Just think about that. Hold on, let's play this video because Rollo Tomasi, shout out to Rollo Tomasi. Man, he explains it 10 times better than I do. So check this out, guys. It is pay full attention. I would strongly recommend you take some notes because, man, this is deep. All right, here we go.
Damaged women or damaged women rack up high body counts. The chicken or the egg? Probably going to talk about this with Myron on Wednesday. The studies seem to suggest a correlation, but not causation. Yes. Well, okay. So why go all the way back to the egg? Like chicken and the egg? Why go all the way back to the egg? Why not just go all the way back to like what created the egg? So if you have a woman who is very promiscuous, is that going against her nature? In some ways, yes. It's women need long-term security. And we used to teach this prior to the sexual revolution, prior to hormonal birth control. But women tended to be more cautious about their sexual habits. Not that there weren't women who enjoyed sex or women who wanted to, or it's not that promiscuity didn't exist prior to the sexual revolution. It absolutely did. But I think it was a little more on a societal level. It was certainly buffered, but also from a evolutionary reproductive perspective, it makes better sense for women to be protective and to be selective of the guys that they're with. And that's always been the case because I think on an innate, subconscious level, women realize that if they have sex with a guy, the possibility exists that they could get pregnant. Oh. And prior to hormonal birth control, that had a lot of consequences. There was definitely accountability prior to 1960.
Hold up. Fair use.
The man you're living with right now, you
heard that? There was a considerable amount of accountability prior to 1965. Why is that? Because there weren't any social conventions that would that would allow for women to liberally have sex whenever they felt like it. Okay, there wasn't the advent of the abortion pill, Plan B, right? There wasn't any abortions. There wasn't all these contraceptions that we see today. Prior to 1965, women had to adhere to their biology. Okay? Let's continue.
Yeah, that you're banging, he's also not your. Why would that be important? Who cares? Is Jesus a misogynist for caring about that? Because according to Drew Afualo, that's definitely the case. Jesus was a patriarchal misogynist. Why would he care about the Samaritan woman at the well's sexual history? Oh my God. God is a misogynist. Alpha God. God is a misogynist. He cares about women being virginic. I can't believe it. Yeah, we can rewind it way back if you want to. But long story short, what I was saying with
every single religion, albeit the Islamic faith, Christians, Hinduism, virtually every religion tried to repress women's sexuality. Why? Why was that so important? Because when we when we all had a collective common sense, okay, before the woke invaded, we knew inherently a woman's inherent value was tied to her purity, her chastity. Okay? And to push it a step further, when you're dealing with a promiscuous woman as a man, how do I assure paternity? How do I know that is my child? When you're dealing with a promiscuous woman, okay, how am I to know that the child she is carrying is mine? So that's why it was extremely important for religions to suppress female sexuality. That's why. All right, there's a means to the madness per se. Let's continue. Rolo, break it down.
With Ryan's thing here is what made that chick okay with being promiscuous. More so, like maybe that. Okay, let's just say the guy got two chicks. You got one girl who is like pre-sexual revolution, and you got one that's post-sexual revolution. So on either side, like 1965, right? So you got the pre-sexual revolution girl is like worried about
hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
Exist because of latent functions is like men want to know that the kid is theirs, right? The church wants to know that. The marriage contract wants to know that. Families want to know that. And if you have a baby out of wedlock, you either, you have it and you give it to grandma and grandpa, or else you give it up for adoption.
Yep.
Yep. Put you away, and then you have the kid, and then that's what happens, right?
There you go.
Because there's societal
consequences,
functional frameworks that promoted that. Now, post-sexual revolution doesn't matter, man. It is, you've got hormonal birth control, and now, oh wow, lo and behold, we have on-demand, safe, effective abortion, if that's the case, or the morning after pill, or whatever. And even if you decide to have the kid, you're already taken care of by the state, by the guy with child support, by the stepdaddy who comes in and rides into the rest.
Yeah. So he's further substantiating what I said earlier. Okay, female promiscuity has been unfettered by conventional constraints. It is completely carte blanche. Women can do more now that they're liberated and free than ever before in history. So what incentive do they have to partner up with a man long term and to have his children, to have a family? Why? What's the point? What's the point? That's what a lot of women are thinking. They have options like never before with the advent of the dating apps. Okay, these women are completely ego driven, because as long as they got a bevy of men, as long as they have a bevy of men and a bunch of social conventions forwarding and positing to them that there are no consequences for their bad decisions, what is the point? Listen, why not have a child out of wedlock? Is what the baby mama's thinking today. Why not? I get child support if I'm married and get a divorce. And by the way, women initiate 80% of the divorce. Go check out the stats. They have every incentive to destroy and wreck their homes and destroy and wreck their families. Why not? Is what they're thinking. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So with the social conventions, go ahead. Be as wild and liberated as you like. Be free. Yeah, they embody the men that they seek. And hypergamy is completely unconstrained. Women today are all searching for the top 20% of men. In fact, there's a study that I'm going to get to in a second, guys, which will show that 1 in 3 men in this country between the ages of 18 and 30 years old is either a virgin or has not had sex within the past year or more. Because 95% of average guys are invisible. The average woman has more options in the dating market than the average man. Okay? And we're not even gonna go into the logistics of what toll that has as a man. Why do you think men are so angry and lashing out? Because they're being disfranchised. If a man is not civilized by a family, by a woman, that man is dangerous. Okay? If a man does not have a purpose, that is a dangerous man. Let's continue.
Skew. There's all kinds. So why wouldn't women be more promiscuous in a post-sexual revolution era than a pre-sexual revolution era? Now, biologically, evolutionarily, firmware-wise, are those two women the same? Yeah, they are. They could be exactly the same girl. They're just on either side of 1965.
There you go.
But the girl who's more promiscuous, or the girl that we see on TikTok who's complaining about how guys can bang and I can't, who still thinks it's all about blank slate equalism and social constructionism, that girl, she's probably more promiscuous because she's raised over the course of the last 4 generations to say, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Yep.
You should be able to fuck as much as guys do.
Yep. There you go.
You're the man you want to marry anyways. And you know what those men are? They go and they fuck whoever they want to fuck because they're high value, apex.
And that is and I said this before too, that is the modern woman's Faustian bargain. All right? They sold their morality, their desire to be with a family, which ultimately fulfills women. Okay? Because if you guys don't know this, the biggest predictor of any woman's happiness is that woman's ability to have a family, a husband. Okay? That is the biggest predictor. This has been quantified. All right? Actually, they did a survey which showed women in 1950, the rates of happiness were exponentially higher than what we see today. What do we see today? 1 in 4 women are on psychiatric medications. 1 out of 4 black women will ever be married. What you see happening in black America, you got black women choosing to give the highest honor you can give to a man, which is a child, to men that they do not even require marriage from. How does that make sense? You will link your genetic pool with someone, yet you won't require marriage. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense.
Fallacy men. They're at the top of the heap, and those are the only guys that'll do it. And those guys who are at the top of that pyramid that you want to fuck, the 20%ers, the highest of the 20%ers, the 4.5% that you'll actually.
What is what? Uh-oh. What is what called? What is what called? I said a bunch. Forgive me. But yeah. Guys, This is a crisis, okay? Because men, we protect and we build, okay? A woman that makes babies and require no husband. A woman that makes babies and require no husband. Let's let the ladies answer that. Ladies, what do you call someone who makes babies but does not require you to marry her? And remember, having a child is no small feat. I'm a parent. I mean, I didn't carry the child, but I have full custody of my daughter. And this generation, these kids are they're cut from a whole different cloth. I'm gonna courtesy slap for that. Lord, pray for me. But yeah, it's no small feat to have a child, to carry a child, to bear a child. Women, for the women in the chat room, please tell me, what do you call a woman who makes babies but does not require that man to marry her? Help me understand. All right? Talk to me like as if I'm in the third grade, all right? Be very, very rudimentary with me. A fool, a harlot, ignorant, oh gosh, a lesbian. Look at you guys. Wait a second, guys. None of these words are politically correct. Facebook user said she doesn't get it, guys. Or he or she, I'm not sure. Facebook user, I'm okay. What you see in the black community right now is a out of wedlock birth rate surpassing 70% now. Okay? Majority of our children are being born out of wedlock, meaning that woman decided to have a child with a man who she chose not to marry. They think it's normal. Absolutely. Hence the title of the thumbnail. Baby mama culture is normalized. It is becoming increasingly normalized. People are desensitized to it now. Facebook user said, no, it's not just the black community. Oh my gosh. It's always no. Let's not talk about the black community. Why not? Isn't the nature of human reason is that you and I can discuss what is morally right and wrong without having to retreat into our emotions or our feelings? We're talking about morality here. That is the central premise of this entire discussion. Is it moral to have a child out of wedlock, knowing that you set that child at a statistical disadvantage? Irresponsible. My Hispanic daughter had 2 children with her boyfriend until this year, and they're finally married. Whew. Well, congratulations. Let's give a round of applause. We've got another marriage. But we need more. Okay? Let's put some stats up here. Uh-oh. And remember what I said earlier, guys. This is all being incentivized. They are casting shows now. They're making shows, TV shows, where it is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay to have children, multiple children, by multiple fathers. Uh-oh. My mic go out? Oh, there it is. Old Soul says it's immoral. Deborah said it's an immoral moral person. This could either be Corey or Marlon. I'm not sure. But they said whoremongers. Okay, what is the common denominator for all of these terms you guys use? What is the common denominator here? Because ultimately, why use the shame language? Why? Why was once upon a time in the halcyon days of like the 50s, it was okay to shame women for the poor choice of having a child of wedlock? Why was that pertinent to do so? Deborah said they're all degrading terms. Yeah? Excuse me. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, guys. I should have muted them. I should have muted that. Yeah, okay. I mean, they all have a degrading connotation. I agree with that. But let's get a little deeper. What are they all saying? Because these terms are, I guess they could be arbitrarily applied to men, but predominantly they're applied for women for women. And why use these terms? What was the purpose of why we use this sort of shame language? Come on, guys. Walk with me. I'll tell you. Because essentially, the shame language was another way for calling a woman, a promiscuous woman, a bad bet for paternity. You are a bad deal. It is a signifier for any men who would possibly consider that woman to be his wife as a bad bet for paternity. Okay? That's what the common denominator of all of these terms is. Excuse me. And you're right. It's meant to shame you for those poor decision makings. But we've totally extricated the notion of shame from our society. And more, we're taking it away. Cherie said, did it once, my child. His father passed away when he was 8. A series of bad decisions and consequences still living with. Learning to never compromise my standards. Fool me once. That's, like I said, when I was a child, I walked like a child. I thought like a child. But when I became an adult, I put my childish ways behind me. We all are going to make mistakes. Okay? That is inevitably going to happen. Okay? But if you don't come to grips and realize the gravity of that mistake and realize this was a bad decision and actually have some accountability, you are prone to repeating that same mistake. Okay? What is the definition of insanity? Come on, guys. Hold up. Oh, that's where it is. Oh, that's where it is. I know what it is. I got it. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm slow. I got it. I appreciate that, Sharice. I appreciate that. But again, we don't have more women telling younger women to completely avoid going down that road altogether. We just don't. Because society is reinforcing to them, go out there and get the bag. Go out there and live your best life. Go find that 6 feet tall, $100,000 a year loyal alpha that's going to be committed to you. When unbeknownst to her, majority of the women, because again, what I said, hypergamy is completely out of whack today. So the dating market has completely been pushed up to the top 20%, the top tier men. These women don't even realize that they're all searching after the same man, searching for the same man. And within the Black community, what we see happening is that they're having children with these men. A small percent of the children, a small percentage of the men in Black America are responsible for the lion's share of the children. Again, a small percentage of the men are responsible for the lion's share of the children. These women don't even recognize that they're in a rotation. And these men don't want to marry you. They have the pick of the litter. I want you guys here to see this discussion I had with this woman. I don't know. Maybe I should show you guys. I don't know if that might detract us a little bit, but no, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you this. Because I definitely want to show you this. I want to show you guys what the consequences are that are completely not shown. Okay? Because we're gonna completely shield you from any sort of consequence or repercussion for making bad decisions, because that's what society is doing now for women. They have to mollycoddle them, all right? Shield them from the truth, the reality. I'm going to show you a little bit of what that reality looks like. Where's it at? Come on. There it is. There you go. There you go. Let's remove you, Mr. Rolo. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your input. All right, let's see what this
You are not.
let's see what
are not.
Some of the repercussions are of, just getting out there and riding that pogo stick. See what that can lead you.
Javon, you are not the father.
Uh-oh. See, this sucks. Every time I upload a video, it always...
You are not.
Javon, you are not the father.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Morris.
Yes, Shauna.
You are not her father.
Oh, man. What? Okay.
Andrew, Trevin.
I don't know
You
why
are
this does
not.
this. Every single time I upload a video, it's just like womp 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 womp. Well, I tried. Anyway, this is just a montage I made, guys, of women finding out that the guy that they were so dead set on being the father turned out to not to be the dad. Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. Oops. Yeah, and a lot of these women have to take the walk of shame or the run of shame. after finding out the reality of what happens when you live a life of promiscuity. Men and women are not the same, ladies and gentlemen. We're not the same. Adam and Eve are not the same. They were not the same. All right, let's pull some stats up. Yeah, I know. You're not going to play. I get it. Sheesh. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Shocking. Okay. Oops. All right, here we go. Give me a second, guys. You know, I got that Obama internet. Not monkeypox and Steve. Come on, Bob. There's always a wise guy in here. They want whoever us, the biggest player. It's crazy how the rehearsal happens. Yeah. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, here we go. We're just going to read a little bit of stats here. Oops. You know, guys, it's funny because when I'm on like different social media platforms and I'm just perusing through, I see more gender reveals than actual like engagement parties. You see more women excited about having children. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, but I see it more so with black women, you know, than others. But you see these women so elated about having children and doing these crazy these weird gender reveal. Like, when did that become a thing? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm old school, but I don't keep up with it. I don't know. That's just weird. I thought you found out the gender at the birth, and I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I see more of that happening online than actual weddings or engagements. Yeah, you're right. More kids, more benefits. That is another incentive as to why a woman do not need to rely on a man, because Big Daddy Biden or Big Daddy government is going to swoop right in to save her. Right? I get Section 8, free housing, child support. Think about all the layers of support that a woman receives for making terrible decisions. Think about that. You're right. A bigger tax return. What is it, $2,500 per kid? I mean, you got Biden in office now, so I'm sure it's a little bit more than that. Medical, food stamps. Yeah, Medicaid. I work at the hospital. I mean, so far, I mean, with the HMO plans, or if you got traditional Medicaid, I mean, pretty much covers everything. Long as you stay within that poverty threshold, you'll be fine. They'll take care of you. But you make $1 more, oh, they're cutting everything off. So go Eagles. All right, let's read some of these single mother stats. Since y'all think I'm just making all this up. All right, let's check this out. Single motherhood has grown so common in America that 80% of single parent families are headed by single mothers. Nearly a third live in poverty. Okay. What is the poverty threshold today? What is it? Less than $20,000? $20,000 a year? Might be lower than that. Once largely limited to poor women and minorities, single motherhood is now becoming the norm. This prevalence is due in part to the growing trend of children born outside of marriage, a societal trend that was virtually unheard of decades ago, right? So that shows you that there was a catalyst. Something happened, i.e., feminism. According to a 2021 U.S. Census Bureau, 4 out of about 11 million single parent families with children under the age of 18, nearly 80% were headed by single mothers. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, not 4, but out of about 11 million single parent families with children under the age of 18, nearly 80% were headed by single mothers. That is crazy. That is crazy. Bob says, exactly. The Democrats want to push abortion rights. Yep. Which has completely eviscerated Black America and has completely stagnated the population for 50 years now. When most women these days want to have their baby. That's why I laugh at them. They say women of color are majority who want to abortion rights. You hear that? They're advocating on your behalf, right? We want to help you kill your baby. We want to help. Not only do we want to help you kill your baby, if you decide to keep that baby, we're going to take care of you in lieu of finding a husband. Deborah says, that's not true. That if you marry, you lose your benefits. You can still get benefits for the children that are not biologically are the person in which you married. Are you referring to like health benefits or something? I'm not sure. Cassidy says, but the most important thing is missing the father in the home. No amount of benefits, money can make up for that. Cassie, you hit the hammer on the nail. Precisely. Big government cannot substitute for a father in the home. Fathers are more than just what they bring monetarily, okay? Again, another issue that we are experiencing right now is that our women do not understand men. They don't understand what we desire. That is why men are choosing to go the other way. That's why marriage rates are low. Who proposes? Who gets on their knee and propose to give his last name? The man does. We decide who gets to be a wife. But we're choosing not to marry these women because they are masculine. They have children out of wedlock. They have other multiple fathers. Do you think a man really wants to deal with that? Think about it. If you had a son, would you encourage your son to get with a baby mama? He just graduated out of college. He's about to start his life. Would you say, all right, son, you did everything right. Now go find yourself a baby mama with 3 kids and you'll be set for life. You're right, Sharice. It's an agenda. It's absolutely an agenda. Let's continue with this article here. Actually, give me 1 second, guys. My daughter's calling my name. Give me 1 second. Talk to you when I'm done. Give me a phone upstairs. No, leave it right here. Right here. I think do what I said. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish up this article here. All right, so about 4 out of 10 children who were born to unwed mothers, nearly 2/3 were born to mothers under the age of 30. 2/3 of the children were born to mothers under the age of 30. All right, okay, see, now we have to dispel the lies. Kids need a father, but many of the fathers are also victims of the system, and big business privately owns the prison. Okay, look, I agree. I mean, yes, it's all a scheme. I agree. I mean, the whole prison system and all that, but those men, I don't absolve them from responsibility. I mean, these guys, they made the choice to commit the crime, so they must do the time. Okay, that's just I have a hard-nosed stance on that. All right. So if you want to go out there and destroy your community, you want to go out there and wreak havoc and destruction, then you do it. But when you get caught, don't you go complaining that, oh, I was a victim of my circumstances. No, you sit your butt down and you sit up there and serve your time. And I hope they give you 20 to life. All right. All right, I'm just kind of finish up here. I mean, you guys see the numbers. This stuff is it's public information, guys. But black men pay a higher price for their crimes. Okay, so this is not really the stream for that. I mean, this is not really tonight's broadcast, but I have my qualms about that as well. I mean, maybe perhaps there are circumstances where that's the case, but you got to realize that when you go before a judge, they're going to consider your entire criminal history. Okay, and that all factors into what the sentence is going to be, and how much time served and all that. I mean, all that stuff is quantified, but we're not going to go into that. We can have a separate stream to go into that. I mean, I am unwoke. I don't subscribe easily to the woke narratives about the prison to pipeline or systemic racism or mass incarceration. I don't know. I don't think black men are just casually strolling down the streets and being locked up and thrown behind bars. I don't know. I don't subscribe to all that. Again, I'm an equal accountability partner. As much as I hold accountability for men, I hold the same level of accountability for women. All right? We have to be fair across the board. But tonight we're talking about baby mothers, baby mamas, affectionately what they like to be called. What else we got here? 80% of the marriages end in divorce because the woman files first. I told you guys this before. They say the number one reason for divorce, I think the number one reason for divorce today is financial, or the inability to communicate and discuss their finances properly. Something like that. I got to reread the article, but something along those lines. Either way, a marriage is a full-time commitment, okay? You don't when the going gets tough, you don't get going. You remain committed, okay? Because life ultimately is about people. The second worst thing you can do to someone outside of death is to completely and utterly isolate them. Solitary confinement. That is, I mean, some would argue that's worse than death. But guys, I'm on a tangent here. I had so much more to get into, but I it's getting late, And I don't want to keep you guys all the way up. I mean, you guys been hanging in there for me too. Let me read what Bob says here. Bob says Candace Owens goes all out for the black community. That is why Democrats try to silence her. She speaks the truth about father's absence and said Trump had a plan that had more black men staying home and working to take care of the family. Listen to Candace Owens, please. She is for black rights and strong future of the black community. Candace says Democrats only use the people for election time and never do nothing to help out when elected. What Biden has done. Oh, yeah, listen. Are you kidding me? The liberals has completely demolished the black community. It's completely destroyed it. But, you know, I can't 100% put the blame on liberals or leftists or Democrats. I mean, blacks, they made the choice to follow them. To appoint Democrats or black leaders as their leaders. You're not supposed to do that. There should not be a such thing as a leader. Okay? And I say that in the sense of there's supposed to be families. Families make up the building blocks of a community. Okay? We don't need necessarily a leader. Every man is a leader of his own right, of his own family. Yeah, listen to Candace. She promotes the same music that demolished the black. Listen. I can't go 100% in on Candace. I like the girl. But you know, too strong. They're gonna. I think they're gonna show me some things that may have me reconsidering that. But as of right now, I can say that I support Candace in a lot of her talking points. Actually, I take that back. I did see a video that they showed me that, yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll talk about that another time. But I got my qualms about anyone who professes to be a self-appointed leader. Anybody who's out there proclaiming to be some, you know, I don't know, self-aggrandizing leader of the people. I'm leery of that. Okay. I just am. I'm just, put my trust in God. No man. I mean, isn't that what God tells us to do? Put our trust in man. I mean, excuse me, and to not put our trust in the man. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave you with this passage here. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. Let's remove that. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. I'm going to say that one more time. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. Okay. What are we saying? It's saying she must already be a wife in order to be found. Okay? Meaning. Uh-oh. Yo. Okay, there it is. Meaning she must already be in preparation to be a wife in order to be found. Now, what is baby mama culture setting women up for? Not to be wives. What do you think? Every guy is just going to take women as they are? No. Why do you think more and more men are just completely abandoning the notion of marriage? They're just completely abandoning it. They're saying, screw that. I'm not going to put my life on the line. 80% of 90% of alimony is allocated to women after divorce, and she'll more than likely get half of your assets, your property. I mean, come on. There's every incentive for women today to destroy their marriage. So men are just like, no way. I'm not signing up for that. And particularly in the black community, I mean, we can't even ask for a fit woman, a woman that's in shape, for goodness sake. Luckily, I'm a married man, but I tell you, as I kind of like, you know, go out into the world and I just observe things, I noticed that a lot of women who share my reflection, they're a little busty, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I mean, they're the average black woman in America weighs 187 pounds. I mean, that's a problem. That's a problem. And not only that, they're assertive, they're masculine, they're domineering. They want to wear the pants in the relationship. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll definitely get it. I might have to do a show with Fair Media. Excuse me, Too Strong. And we're going to have to do this live so we can kind of pontificate a little bit about Candace Owens thing, you know. But yeah, like I said, black men can't even get a cooked meal. You got songs now, women are singing rap songs. I don't cook, I don't clean. And you know what's so funny? What's so ironic about that? These rap stars that a lot of these women are receiving their instructions from on how to be ratchet, they're cooking for their husbands. They're cleaning their homes. They're taking care of their children. Right? And they're just spoon feeding you the propaganda. And you're eating it up. You're dressing like they tell you to dress. You're speaking like they tell you to speak. You're buying wholeheartedly into the propaganda. And nobody can tell you nothing. Because your ego is so frail that if any sort of criticism was to come your way, you have a very, very unique defense mechanism, which is you can get crazy. You can become emotionally erratic. And at that point, you just bludgeon whoever disagrees with you into submission because you can't, you're unreasonable at that point. Okay? You're insufferable. So you're telling me men are supposed to voluntarily enlist themselves in that? No, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. But, I'm just trying to be the voice for a lot of men who can't say these things necessarily because, unfortunately, they'll be shamed. Men are shamed for speaking the truth, not my truth, not your truth, but the truth, which is reality, which is biology, things that we can independently verify on our own, facts, data, statistics, the uncomfortable truths. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I have been bloviating far long enough. If you like the stream, hit the like button. Go subscribe. If you're still on YouTube, if you're still on Facebook, please be sure to go over to the YouTube, hit the notification bell. Again, I had someone tell me that they were not receiving the notification. So make sure you are hitting the notification bell, subscribed, hit the like button, drop a comment. Let's get that algorithm going. I so very, very much appreciate every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in through all the technical difficulties, through my sickness. I don't know if my voice sounds a little raspy, but nonetheless, you guys hung in there with me. I really thoroughly appreciate you guys. How do we usually end this? You guys already know. Oh, well, thank you, Sharice. I appreciate you. That's very kind of you. Guys, look, you know how you know what the mission is, right? We're speaking truth and reality. And I promise you, on my freaking dead corpse, we will reinstitute morality.
And you ain't black.